I want to welcome you into a new exploration of my character. And I don't mean my character as in the person when the mushrooms and the suit go on. I mean my inner soul. I've been getting more active on social media lately. I've been making videos in studio settings, out in the wild, wherever, and I'm cutting promos, if you will. What that means is I take the microphone and I try to make you care. And how can I make you care? I make me care. But I've found that a few different times when I've been cutting a promo, I've stopped myself. I thought, I don't want to say that. I don't want to come off as too woke. I don't want people to think. And that's when you've cut your legs off. What I actually don't want is I don't want to be stifled by the thoughts of people who don't care enough to stick around for 30 seconds when they see this face on their screens. What I don't want to do is care about or give too much credence to people who don't care enough about me or care enough about anybody other than themselves to stop, take a breath, and be with me for 30 seconds. So why do I care? Why do I care about my image? Why do I care about what someone on the internet is going to think of me? Why is it that I upload a video of me rapping and someone puts in the comments, I sound like Lin-Manuel Miranda, and it hurts? It hurts. One comment. I posted this video to Instagram not long ago. I maybe got 25 comments. 24 were so supportive. Let's see it, Powys. Go get him, Powys. I can't wait. And then there was one comment out of 24 that wasn't very positive. And it hurt. And we're out here thinking, I could be Lady Gaga, I could be Kendrick Lamar or Drake, and I'm getting buckled at one negative comment. I remember Bo Burnham was on some stand-up comedy roundtable show, and he spoke to the other comics, the old heads, and said, a lot of you don't respect the online people because they haven't been out in the world, they haven't bombed. And Bo told them, I want you to scroll through 10,000 comments of vitriol, 10,000 hate comments, and tell me how you feel. It's an undertaking. Is your nervous system ready for it? Are you ready to work your whole life and cultivate a skill and put it out in the world to crickets? Or a few smatterings of applause, people saying, good try, keep going, patronizing. Can you spend your whole life creating something, put it out in the world, and watch the tumbleweed bounce and say, you know what, I'm going to do that again. And then you take all your resources, everything at the peak of your power, the technology, the time, the energetic output, and you put it all in this little ball and you shoot the laser out. Somehow the microphone captures the magic. Somehow the camera captures the magic, and you put it out to the world and you get tumbleweeds. And then you say, you know what? I'm going to do that again. And you have to do it time and time and time again. I don't even know if that's the hard part, because it's fun for a lot of people who have art, be it painting, musicianship, guitar, rapping, piano. Sometimes it's an exercise of the soul, just doing the thing. And sometimes you catch on. Sometimes you get on a highway. Sometimes the public starts to show some respect. Suddenly, the venues are a little nicer, the stages are a bit cleaner, and the people announcing your name say it with a little bit more excitement. But they don't tell you about what happens after that. They don't tell you that it's not permanent. They don't tell you that the people you pass on the way up are the ones you pass on the way down. So if you see someone who's maybe a opener or a fledgling act and you give them the cold shoulder when you're headlining, and then next year they're headlining, How do you think that interaction's going to go? I'll break it down for you. What you reap, you sow. What you give, you get. Respect is a give, get, give type situation. Offer it first. Someone wants to spice you down, knock you down. Maybe they're not worth your time. What I'm trying to say is, you might shoot to the moon, you might get in those clean venues, you might get that big paycheck, you might get that respect, adulation, and suddenly the tumbleweed is cleared by a crowd of your adoring supporters, and then it's gone. Then what? What's it like to book a nice sparkly venue and then be out busking the next day? I love to analyze professional wrestlers. I think about Matt Cardona, formerly known in the WWE as Zack Ryder. My buddies and I watched him win an 8-man ladder match at WrestleMania, 50,000 plus people in the crowd, holding the Intercontinental Championship above his head. Maybe it was 2012, 2013, 14. Now he's wrestling in gyms. Now he's changing in alleyways. He doesn't mind. And that's the mentality you have to have. Right now, this moment, this room I'm in, this isn't permanent. I have no idea how long any of this will last. So that's why I'm trying to harness my presence and bring it here. You can connect to it or not. But I know from reading back my journal pages, I thoroughly enjoy my history. You might not, and that's cool. The ups are high. The highs are high. The mediums are medium. And the lows can feel catastrophic. What about your talent? What if the Holy Ghost leaves you? What if at one point you could just sit down and churn out 8, 10, 12 songs in no time? But then they're gone. That inspiration is out of you. That's used up. Now you can't tap in anymore. Now you can't lock in anymore. What's that feeling like? I can't tell you. Because I don't know. I get writer's block for a few seconds, a few minutes, and then I put my head down, I put the pen on the page, I put my thumbs on the phone, I put my fingers on the keyboard, and I get back to work. I couldn't tell you about writer's block. I'm sorry. I don't want to be relatable. Like I said, all these times I'm tiptoeing around, ooh, I don't want to say that. I don't want to present as that. What if this person feels that? If I'm coming up to the line of my fear, and I'm retreating out of fear, you should be scrolling. You should be going past. All it takes is all you've got, folks. I'm here to deliver that. So I got some things I want to say, and that's why I'm here. Thanks for tuning in. I'm breathing heavy because I know I'm about to embark. I'm about to throw some steaming takes that some of you think, this isn't steaming. It's wild how siloed we've been. It's wild how tight we've been packed in to our communities. Things that are so commonplace to my friends and I, things we talk about every day, are completely foreign to someone else. Things that we analyze, things that we wax poetic about, to someone else might not even exist. I need to talk about my love of sport. I'm out here presenting as a musician, and maybe it's wrong that I'm not honing down, quadrupling down on my hyper-focused niche of positive, swear-free rap. But I have some confessions to make. I love sports. And I've got another confession to make. I love women's sports. And I know that they get dunked on all the time online. I hate when I see a highlight come into my reels and it's some female goalkeeper in soccer and she's made a mistake and everyone's dunking on it in the comments. Some of them are funny, I can't lie. But at the same time, it's like, how many male goalkeeper mistakes have I seen live in the highlights, and how often do they come up on my feed? Pisses me off. I'm out here, I coach soccer. I've coached men and women that are from 3 years of age, and I think the oldest person that was at walking soccer was 82 years old. That's my range over these last kind of 8 years or so of coaching soccer. And one of those groups I coached were the adult women. I think they're over 30s. And it's over 30s, but there's like 3 or 4 of them who are in their 30s. And then there's kind of a bunch more that are 45, 55, and the like. And they're out there on a Tuesday night doing their warm-up and getting into scrimmages. And I see these women barreling up and down the pitch, giving their absolute all. Someone's free, drops a shoulder, touch to the side, and smashes a shot, leathers it, and a person blocks it off the thigh, leaving a temporary tattoo of 32 hexagons on their leg. I'm sitting there on the sideline saying, she doesn't want a scholarship. She's here for the love of the game. She's not trying to impress the scouts. I don't care if it's a man, a woman, or a marble. If you're giving your all, I want to see it. If it's a competitive sport, it doesn't even have to be competitive. I want to see a ball go in the air and I want to see 2 people jostle for it. I want to see you give your all. I want to see people go plus ultra. It makes no difference to me. So if you're out here dunking on anyone who's given their best and has made a mistake and you're posting a clip, get your money, I guess. Take that money. You don't have my respect. I can't stand these critics. Listen, I'm not a huge Taylor Swift lover. I have respect for Taylor Swift. Better Than Revenge is my favorite Taylor Swift song. Back to December, maybe. Okay, I respect Swift Mania. But there's this subreddit where it was designed to hate on Taylor Swift. And I'm just sitting there like, listen, I'm a mainstream hater as much as you, okay? But I think I'm just a hater, period. I'm an iconoclast, period. I just want to go against the grain. So I go to the Taylor Swift hate subreddit and I want to show love. Why on earth are we here? Like there was a video of her that popped up of her singing without the backing tracks and without the instruments. Well, guess what, guys? That's not how the performance was supposed to be heard. You think she couldn't do well with an acoustic guitar just sitting down like a tiny desk concert? And you guys are out here critiquing, so I'm dropping comments saying, just wondering, has anyone in this thread ever performed live? Just wondering. I was on a pro wrestling subreddit the other day and it said, Cody Rhodes, much as I love you, you're no good on the mic. I'm sorry. In your whole life, Reddit commenter, have you created one moment of meaning for other people? Have you picked up a microphone? Have you gotten the talking stone? Have you gotten up on the soapbox and given a speech that roused people once? Let's say you have. Have you done it twice? Let's say you have. Have you done it 20 times? Let me guess. Have you done it all the time for the last 17 years? Everyone might have one really good promo in them. Oh, my dad did me dirty when I was younger, and here's why parents should look after their kids, and rah, 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 yeah. Everyone can swell for that one promo you've got. Do you have 1,000 of those? Do you have 2 decades worth? How does your promo line up to his after he said everything he could possibly say for years? Yeah. Sit down. I'm down to be critical. I'm down to critique professionals. I'm not saying that people that have had a long tenure should be free of criticism. But I will say that growing up, I've noticed Some people on the internet are absolute idiots. They say things to get aroused. They say things to get a reaction, and looks like they got one. This commenter might not even know that I got so pissed at the disrespect. Because even my close friends will say, oh, Cody Rhodes ain't this, he ain't that, he can't drop a promo. Then we watch a promo together, look at each other and go, that's pretty sick. I'm kind of wanting to watch the match now. Oh, this one line is cringe. This one line is cringe. Take the mic. Take the mic. Show me. No, please. Let's not hear from Cody Rhodes anymore. Hey, Taylor, put the guitar down. Let's hear from this person. Are you kidding me? I've gotten flack for my music from my friends, from my family, from strangers. Very rarely do I get it from anyone who's further along than me. Very rarely does someone who actually does what I do come up to me and say, hey man, nah, that ain't it. Like my one friend said back in the day, if Ronaldinho tells you you're good at soccer, then you might be good. But if these little smattering guys tell you you're good, or these smattering guys tell you you're bad, you're one big performance, you're one contract signed, you're one gig away from everyone saying, I knew about that person the whole time. It's crazy that even sports can be subjective. Yes. You might think, well, he scored more goals, so he should get the spot on the team. She made more tackles. She made more blocks. She should get on the team. She runs faster. Sure, she does. But there are social components that go into deciding who gets that supreme coaching. Who gets one-on-one coaching? I'm using my benefits for the first time in my whole life. I can't believe how much my life has improved having a masseuse, a naturopath, an acupuncturist, and a chiropractor. Ask my buddies I've been playing soccer with the last 7 years. I'm entering a run of form that's like 5 years ago, pal. I put my Strava on. I'm beating my times from when I was 27, biking to Iona Beach every other day. How can that be? Because I have a few experts telling me this food you're eating isn't serving you. This time of day that you're eating ain't good. You need to be doing these exercises to strengthen these muscles. And I do them. And suddenly, oh my gosh, I'm explosive. Hey guys, I don't know if you know this, but foam rolling before a game can make you more explosive. Maybe that only applies to me. I don't know. I'm not trained. But my RMT told me, and all of a sudden, I'm taking players on again. Maybe they take the ball from me, but guess what? I'm getting it back. They call me Old Cunha for a reason. The point I'm trying to make is, bless my upbringing and bless my family. I wasn't getting one-on-one coaching that's required. Now I'm a grown-up and it's on me. Do I really want it that bad? Yeah, I do. So I'm making time and space so I can get it. And it's increasing my output by so much. And that is not a reality for everyone. Not everybody gets to have someone show them what stretches are conducive for their exact body and body type. What type of vocal chords they have. You know, I was 6 years deep in the game when someone said, oh, you're a tenor. What's that? Coaching. What's it like to get footage of you on stage? Why are you moving around like that? Who are you rapping to? Who are you rapping at? I'm looking back at my performances like I'm performing at these people. I want to have more of an energetic exchange, and that's what some of the best shows are. The call and response. Shout outs to Icon Hip Hop. When I say icon, you say hip hop. Icon. Icon. The energy of a cypher is incredible. It's unpredictable. It's electric. I'm going up there. Oh, I got 50 songs, guys. Have fun. Oh, you need your space. Take it and go. Sure. Very good rhymes, expertly drilled. 2 hours. I did a 2-hour set. And I can't wait to run it back and improve it again. Improve the format of my show. And I can look back and say, well, I was rapping at people for 2 hours. There's a bunch that were into it, and I was making some eye contact, and that was fun. But there's a lot of times where it's kind of like, okay, yeah, 2-hour set. These aren't Swifties that have been waiting to see me for once in a lifetime show splashing $2,500. Tickets are $25 or free. But bless them all. The amount of energy I received, the amount of love. I had people that stayed for more than 2 hours to watch my offering. How special is that? I can't deny how special that is, and I want to respect that by improving further. How can I make, as John Cena said in his interview with Cody Rhodes, it more of a conversation? Less of a, you're sitting there listening to me, thank you for coming to listen to me. And that's the beautiful thing about this art. And that's why I'm doing this. I want to say these hot takes because I want to approach my comfort line and I want to move past it. Because like the coach of Chelsea Women's FC said, what got you here won't get you there. And I got here from a lot of passionate rhymes, community building, putting myself out there. But guess what? If you want to go to the next level, you have to do next level things. And I'm ready. It's happening. And it's fun. But you have to be prepared. You have to be ready to be seen in a new way. I'm throwing shows all over town, all over the Lower Mainland, my backyard, the Rec Room, Lanaloo's, Backstage Lounge. You know the spots. And that's great. I'll have, 75 people, 50 of which have been supporting me for years, 25 are maybe friends with some of the other acts that are going on, and everyone's kind of indoctrinated into like this guy's pretty good. That's not a test. That's not hard. I know that I can memorize rhymes. I know that I can deliver a powerful performance. What's hard is going out to the street, going out to the SkyTrain, rhyming for people who have never heard of you, who don't care. I'm out there at I was at Metrotown Station a couple years ago, rapping my face off. Came a long way from the past, I couldn't pass a polygraph, but now I'm killing demons like I'm Kratos and I bought a match. I used to be a diva and the cockiest misogynist, but now I'm pretty feminist and not the type you want to hit. And then I see some guy walk by me. He sits, he's watching me. He's a black guy too, which means more to me. And shook his head and walked past. That hurt. Literally one of the most painful moments of my music career. All these other people walking by, hey. What am I, the dancing monkey? And then this brother walks by, sees me, shakes his head. I shouldn't take it personally. You shouldn't, right? And a lot of you might be thinking, Powys, don't take it personally. How many of you are able to do what you're asking me to do? And don't get it twisted. I'm having fun. I'm excited. I'm a bit cracked off a matcha and a half this morning. It's 7 a.m. That being said, I'm a projector too. I project my stuff on people hard. I've had people in my life and I see them and I'm like, won't you just make a song about this part of your life? I'm in the positive music space. I made positive music out of necessity before I got booked for my first school show, before I met Ndidi Cascade. She saw me at a rap show. It was a group of rappers rapping at a show where lots of people rap. Can't remember the name. I was at Lana's dropping my clean rhymes. They were already clean. And then I met someone who was in the school system. And now I met all these people that are in the school system. And a lot of us, We rap positively. We make songs that are positive. And we've had positive lives, but we've had lives. There's ups and there's downs. And I'm looking at some of these people in the biz and I'm saying, can't you make a song about this dark chapter? Can't you make a song about this dark era? Listen, I'm Powys H.J., formerly known as P. Crook. And when you knew P. Crook, you must have known that 90 to 95% of my songs were about romance and girls. And now I'm Powys H.J., and I might have half a song. I might have a line about romance. That's not right. That can't be right. This is the biggest drama of my life. It's girls and romance. That's the biggest drama of my life. And I haven't put it on wax in this new iteration. None of those songs can see the light of day. Maybe you bought P equals MC squared or Manifest Manifold and you have the MP3s. I have them. But if you didn't download them, you don't have them. They don't exist. The Inner Quest never got released. I had 3 full projects that were basically all about girls. And now that type of stuff doesn't see the light of day in my character. And I'm out here looking at everybody else. Don't you want to make that song about that thing that you don't talk about? Don't you want to write that painting about that thing that you're not sure you want to paint? Don't you want to make that speech about that thing that scares you? Hey, Powys, don't you? Don't you want to make that song about that heartbreak in grade X or whatever? Don't you want to talk about that thing that should have been a thing but wasn't a thing in grade 14? I can't even say it now. And that's the power that it has on me. I'm not sure how to go about this. Do I want to drag these skeletons out? Why do I make positive music? It's not because I want to go from school to school. I had no idea that was a thing. I'm so magnetic that whatever I say comes true. So I want to talk about how, yeah, maybe I'm from the concrete, but I'm going to get there. Maybe there's a lot of noise coming out me, but I'm staying unwavering. Okay? Maybe you're looking at me either cutting promos to my phone or on stage and you are stargazing. This is a Milky Way. And maybe you do have influence. These are all ideas from songs of mine. There's people out there who say, I don't want to have a kid. That's too much responsibility. As if you don't have responsibility human to human. You're living in a city, I don't care what size. You can hold the door open for someone and change their day. You cannot hold the door open for someone and change their day. You don't need to have kids. That's fine. But people around you are going to have kids. And how are you going to behave around them? Are you going to say, they're not my kids, so I'm going to blow vape rings on their T-spot? Probably not. You're probably going to have to shape up anyway. Not in the same way that a parent would. But you cannot hide from your influence. Don't think that you can. You cannot hide from your influence. And I want to influence myself. I have to go and look at these young people, be they at a school or a soccer field or an after-school program, and tell them, you have to give your heart. You have to set your heart ablaze. And it's not just young people. I'm talking to other adults. Talked to my buddy yesterday about his music video he's filming. Oh, I had to do this big embarrassing thing, and I'm not sure how I feel about it making the, final cut. Good. You should be scared. It should be scary. It should stir something in you. Because if it doesn't stir something in you, why on earth would it stir something in the crowd? Oh, I don't want to make it for the crowd. Oh, I don't want... Well, then at least stir something up in you. At least. I'm begging you. I'm begging. Show me the side of you that you've been hiding. Unleash it now. I don't even know if I'm talking anymore. It might be something coming through me. Because I have pain. Why can't we talk about it? Oh, we can. Oh, we can. Okay. Even now I'm feeling the resistance. And I have to do my best to push through. Because I want to be an example for youth and adults alike. I don't know how much of my past content you've seen. I don't know how much of my past content you've seen. I don't know if you've read my blog posts or watched my videos before. But here's an old story. There was one time where I finished a show and I thought, yeah, it was a good show. Hour long. I organized the event, threw it, booked the venue, booked the sound, booked the everything. And one of my friends came up to me after and said, thank you for giving us permission to follow our dreams. Damn right. Damn right. I remember when I was younger, big food waste activist, and I was writing this comic called The Quest to Include All Food. And it was basically completely drawn on my Samsung Note 3 using an app called Artflow. Highly recommend. This was before the Procreate days. And I told my dad, I said, Dad, I'm going to make this comic. It's taken me months and months and months, and I'm going to put it out for free. And then everyone will have a chance to learn about how food waste is happening, and then we're all going to change our ways, and we're not going to buy 3 cilantros for 99 cents when we can buy 1 for 99 cents, and I'm going to make the world a better place by giving this comic away free of charge. And you know what my father said to me? He said, Powys, you have to give your friends a chance to support you. Of course, he was right. And I said, but what about money? Money's so gross. Rich people, I can't believe it. Oh, they make my skin crawl. I just want to get, if I sell this, okay, maybe that's clean money, but I don't want. He said, son, doesn't really say son like that. My dad told me, Powys, there's not a clean dollar in this world. Also true. What happened with that comic, you ask? Well, I dropped it for free. If a tree falls in the middle of Woodland Park and no one's there playing softball, did it even happen? If I release this comic and post it on a website and never share the link, does it even exist? I'm a project person, okay? I do things and I finish and I execute happily. Did it get the measure of success? Did it get into everyone's hands like I wanted? No. But is life short? Yeah, it is. Now my thumbs are faster than ever, begging people to come to my shows, sending hundreds of individual messages to people saying, hey, you want to come to my show? Hey, you want to come to my show? Hey, can I have that email? And I can do the same for this old comic. And what I'm trying to say is art and the pursuit of art and the pursuit of refining the spirit and everything that goes up with it is not a fruitless task, no matter how many tumbleweeds pass in front of you. Oh, but I didn't make any money. Oh, but I didn't. But what did you make? What did you make? Because if you were making songs that whole time and making album art and making music videos, you made something. You made something of those days. Did you not? Did you not? You might think, well, I'm in it for the cash. All right, get the bag. Find out the ways to get the bag. Get the sync placements. Make the pop song. Make the song that hasn't been made before. Generate AI slop. I know I'm saying it like it's derogatory. I really don't feel that way. I'm not going to tell you, here's one way to make your art and here's another. Make it. You want to make money in this world? Make it. I'm not going to stop you. There's a division of camps. There's people that believe that the radical authenticity will get you paid, and there's people that believe being fake and conforming to societal, or more accurately, social media norms will get you paid. Where do I land? I think you could do it either way. I think whatever you do, if you do it consistently, you'll eventually get there. What about my relationship with money? What about my relationship with money and music? Don't you care about me? Have you been watching this video for 36 minutes or not? If I put on a successful show, after I pay everyone, I think the most I've ever made after paying, and this was a show that I sold alcohol, was like $1,200. Okay? Canadian. And you might think, that's pretty good. It's not bad for a show. For the hourly rate, it's dog water. End of story. It's great because I've had shows where I've almost broken even. I don't think I've ever lost money on a show yet, but I know plenty of people that have and do. And it's like, that show only costed $200 to throw. Selling tickets, selling drinks in the red. We're doing it for the love of the game here. To give Vancouver a spine, to give us something to do. Oh, it shouldn't be like that. Yeah, I know. It should be the land of milk and honey. And it should be, if you wake up every morning and work really hard, you get everything you want. But it's not like that. It's like when I'm coaching and I say, you go for a run. They say, that's not fair. And I say, is your life fair? Mine's not. His isn't. Hers isn't. Theirs isn't. So why should yours be? Oh, but we can bring the fairness. You think I have that power to bestow upon you a fair life? You think if I could give you a fair life, I wouldn't? If I could give you a fair life, you'd have one. But I cannot. So allow us to dance in this cosmic wind tunnel of discrimination and pain, and on the other side, fast tracks and quick breaks. Because fairness is a pendulum, isn't it? Sometimes you have to go for a run while your teammates are chilling. Sometimes a coach notices something in you and recommends you to a higher team and expands your possibilities like a butterfly emerging from a cocoon. That's how fairness works. It's not fair. Sorry, but I'm not sorry. Truly. Back to this money tip. I just want to finish. My relationship with money. I almost want to go in the red just to experiment with it. I wanted to throw my last show and make it pay what you can and have loads of people come in for free. But the other acts and myself sold a lot of tickets, so we did okay. I want to experiment doing things I haven't done. But if you're in it for the money, if you're an adult, like a proper adult, and you have friends that are adults, and you have a job that allows you to pay your own rent, odds are you can make more money from doing 1 or 2 days of that job than you can working 1 or 2 weeks to create a show. Don't flame me. You could maybe get in and get some connections, and maybe someone might on a day get you a venue for free. Oh my gosh. That would be amazing. And it can happen. If you have lots of good connections and you show up and you deliver really good shows, that can absolutely happen. It's not common, and it's not something you should rely on or budget on, okay? But it can happen. Even so, We're in it for the love. We're in it for the expression. I'm at a table with a bunch of people. Someone goes, "What are you, a SoundCloud rapper?" I got a couple songs on SoundCloud. I respond, not wanting to tell them that I've rocked festivals with 3,000 to 4,000 people in the crowd, and rallies with 5,000 in the crowd, and sky trains where maybe 6,000 people walked by. That counts too, darn it. And most importantly, I've been in those small rooms. Those small rooms that Andre 3000 was talking about in his Rock and Roll Hall of Fame acceptance speech. Us. Everybody. Electricity crackling out of their ears and eyes and fingertips. Going up to this little piece of metal. And trying to take a lifetime of experience into a 45-second verse. Now it's your turn. Now it's your turn. That's the magic I've been a part of. And I won't lie, a lot of the music I've been making lately has been alone. And I miss those times. And I miss those boys. And I miss what we would create. And I miss the energy around it. And it's just, now it's a reminder that nothing is permanent. You might be sitting there, sat at the studio. You might be 19. You might be 14. You might be 25. You might be 45 and just starting music thinking, hey, I got the band together this time. I can get us together again next week or the week after that or for the next couple of years. This will be fun. It won't last. Nothing does. I don't think it's grim. I think when you have that understanding, when you have that knowing that nothing is permanent, it really makes you cherish that moment. So if you have a group, a band, a cohort, a gang, an assembly of people that you enjoy creating with, grip them tight, make as much as you can before one of them blows up and forgets about you, one of them moves to the other side of the country, one of them decides they can't make that type of music anymore, one of them decides that I'm going to sign with a small label and now I can't release. That doesn't sound too crazy, does it? Make the most of this moment, please. I'm out here talking to you like I'm not talking to myself. All I do is project. People telling me, oh, pal, I've got this problem. Well, here's how you can solve it. Oh, yeah? Why don't I solve my own? Why don't I go outside of my own heart space and push myself instead of asking everyone to push themselves? Come on, don't you know this is your only chance? Yeah, I guess you're right, Powys. These moments are fleeting. I posted a reel the other day saying, you might not get the chance. You know what I mean? Right now, I'm recording on my phone in my place. It's filthy, obviously. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll have to sell this phone. Maybe one day I won't be in this place. This video can only happen right now. And that's true for your songs, and that's true for your art, for your paintings, for your graffiti, for your inks, for your poems. Write them. You might go back and cringe for like a year, maybe 2, but maybe in 5 or 10 you go back and you're like, I was onto something. I was onto something. I even look back at one of the albums I released, Manifest Manifold. I was so new to music production, full song production. I could be in the room with the producer who knew how to do everything and click, oh, can you make that sound go like this? Oh, could you... Armchair producing. I guess producers sit in armchairs. But when I made my first album all by myself with the making the beats and writing the words and all that, there was one song I released where the bass was out of key. And not in a cool hip-hop way either. It was like, sent it to my buddy to master, and he's like, this is interesting, having the bass out of key from the rest of the song. What made you choose that? Oh. My bad. I didn't know. Released, dropped, everywhere. That's cringe bait. It's absolute cringe bait. I look back and I'm like, oh my God. But then I listen to the lyrics. My bro's stuff was bitten hard like we got bitten by our dog. At least a 3.4 had me speaking with the gauze. I started life impoverished, go into school I starved, and now I'm about to act on it. This is my Juilliard. Whoo! I feel like a gorilla when I'm singing Bruno Mars. Exemplary songs about to give others a charge. My team is having problems, turn the wave into a mob. Look beyond difference of skill and start to trust. Bro! That's that spark, whether you like it or not. I can see that that's the spark. The presentation was not perfect. I've been writing songs since I could walk. I've been producing since 6 years ago. So yeah, the rhymes are going to be better than the beats, guys. Thanks for sticking around. Okay? That's a problem I can solve. Sins and I absolve. Moving on, it's my turn with the baton. Might not be the anchor, sometimes I get it wrong. I'ma fight till my reasons to fight are dead and gone. And right now, with this moment of health that I'm in, with this moment of electricity from going up to Metro Town and getting a bunch of needles in my face all the time, I'm feeling so unblocked. I'm feeling so free. I don't know if you can smell it on me, but I really feel electric. And even though I might be the happiest I've been in the last 5 years, now I'm getting a little craving for drama. I want drama. I'm at the Christmas open house last night asking my buddy, hey, what's the craziest drama you got at work right now? Because all the drama in my life is evaporating. I asked for that and I'm getting it, but still, I've got like a baseline. I need a little bit of drama. I need a little bit of issues. Hey, got any of those issues? Anyone got any of those issues around? The question is, are you ready? Are you wanting to be happy? Are you ready for that happiness? What does it look like when you say, here's my problem, here's my problem, here's my problem, and then they all go away? Now what's your problem? My problem is I don't have any problems. My morning pages, I journal every morning, 1,500 days in a row, have not missed a single day in that time. And I typically write or type about the day before. This thing was brutal and this thing happened. Now I'm like, damn, yesterday was good. And the day before that, and the day before that. So maybe the problem will be in 3 weeks. At New Year's, I'm not sure if I'm going to, when work comes back, I don't know if I'm gonna. Why am I creating a problem? And it's crazy because I've done a lot of work on my artistic spirit, which shockingly is work on the spirit itself. And there's a book I've read you may have heard of called The Artist's Way. And I was speaking to someone who is kind of a half-confessed blocked artist. And I was imparting the wisdom from Julia Cameron upon them. They said, well, we were all in a circle saying, why don't you go on YouTube? And you're so charismatic and so vibrant, so bubbly. Go on YouTube. And they said, well, YouTube can't really capture my essence in the right way, and I'm more of a live blah 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 blah. And I sat there and I listened. Okay. And I told them in the most unsolicited, solicited advice Jedi mind trick you can. I have thoughts. If you want to hear them, I'll share them. Tell me your thoughts. Well, it sounds like you're very creative at finding reasons not to do it. And if you applied that creativity the other direction, if you applied that creativity to find reasons to do it, could change your life. Performing at live shows, it's a litmus test of skill, but it's not a litmus test of spirit. Not when everybody there is going to support you. It's not in the same way as posting on the internet is. It's not. I had someone play my music and they say, hey, this guy's pretty good. He sounds like Will Smith. And I like some Will Smith. Not his stuff now, to be fair. Sorry, Will, listen to the new album, wasn't a fan. But I like Will Smith stuff. Still didn't feel good to get that comparison. I'm out here rapping like, hey, this is what I do when I rhyme. I want to show you that I've got some slimes. I'm going to take this little mic and I'm going to drop a line like maybe 4 times. And, you know, people get in the comments and say, Lin-Manuel Miranda on the beat. Why do I care? I love Hamilton, bro. So why am I taking this as an insult? Huh? And why am I so reverse positively, passively, aggressively going to that person's profile and typing a positive comment on their video to be like, this is how it's done? The point I'm making is that if I didn't post that video, I wouldn't even know that this track of actions could happen within my body and my soul and my spirit. So you might think, well, what's the point in posting to 25 people? One comment that, for lack of a better term, triggers me can open up so much about, so many insights about myself, how I can improve, where I can send my energy in my physical body and in my spirit to become a more refined version of myself. Now, is refined limiting? In a way, sure. Even when I was choosing what to wear for this video, I wanted to wear my blue suit, my baby blue. But I know that red is the color of that little circle at the top of the notifications. And I know that my red suit is the one I've gotten the most compliments on. And I realized that upon doing all this research about what pops in music, social media, and the like, you do a bunch of stuff and then you find one thing that scratches the itch of the public, and then you gush the wound. I didn't want to wear my red suit, but sometimes going pro means doing what you want to do. And good Lord, I look great in this suit, and I love this suit. And I bought this suit because my mom loves red. I thought, I'll get a colored suit. My mom loves this color of red. I'm going to get it for her. And then I put it on the first time. She's like, yeah, it's all right, I guess. It's like, what? This is for you, because I had an expectation, so I got crushed. The only times I've really been like pretty sad in my most recent life were times that I had expectations. I'm on my way to the show, 55 tickets sold. My girl looks at me and says, aren't you excited? No, I'm not. I'm proud. I'm proud of my preparation. I'm grateful that I have some support from people that I know are going to show up, but I don't know any of these people that bought tickets are going to show up. I'm not expecting a thing. I'm not expecting the mics to work. If they don't, I'm going to have one person in the crowd beatbox a different song. The show will go on, but no, I'm not expecting a thing. It's a pretty good way to go about it. But the point I'm trying to make is I had to do a little micro sacrifice today. Oh, I didn't get to wear my blue suit. I had to wear my red suit. Still, is that limiting me? No, because it's still me. I still feel at my best in a suit. If you've known me for more than 10 years, you know that's true. Hopefully, the suit can gush the wound and I can continue to wear them because I love them. I feel great. I feel great in clothes that are tailored to me. I love baggy stuff too. Sure, I love being comfy. But there's just something about you that changes when you put that suit on. And whatever your costume is, if it's war paint, if it's a few bracelets, if it's a moment of mindfulness and breath. You got to do what you got to do to get in that zone, to get in your pocket. Everything's still recording. It's a beautiful day. 55 minutes straight I've been running my mouth. Stone Cold Steve Austin told Kevin Owens, kid, never stop running your mouth. Make something important. And that's the power I have. I have the power to make things important. There's things you may have crossed in my life and thought, that's just the way it is. But maybe it was me who made it that important. And it might feel strange to take credit and to say, ooh, this was actually me that did this. Oh my gosh, I'm done feeling strange. You're at a Powys HJ show. That did not exist without me. Of course, I got so much help from the DJs, the lighting crew, from people selling tickets, from people coming, bringing their friends, from other artists who are going to sing and perform at the show. Of course, people operating the merch table, people volunteering to help me with lights. Of course. But I wouldn't have to make a single one of those phone calls if I didn't say, I'm doing this show on this day. Who's with me? You know, let's cross a line. Let's talk about girls for the first time in ages. I think about my 3 serious adult girlfriends. I met one at school, one at soccer, one at music. Okay? The point I'm trying to make is you meet them when you go out and do something. Everyone's saying, oh my gosh, dating so hard. It's excruciating. It's brutal. It's terrible. But that's what makes it great when it works. It's charging. When it's brutal, when you're trudging through the mud. Oh my gosh, you ever been in a car and you ever been driving on a bumpy road? Doesn't matter what the car is. Could be a 2001 Dodge Caravan, could be a 2010 Dodge Caliber, could be a 2015 Dodge Charger. You're driving on a gravel road. And then you get on to the smooth road. Suddenly you're in a Maybach. Suddenly you're in a Lexus. Suddenly you're in a brand new Toyota. Those bumps make that smoothness feel even smoother. So get through the bumps. For goodness sake, go out and do the thing. You know how much being in a relationship teaches me about myself? So much. It's like a mirror. It's like, oh my gosh, I have to be accountable all the time. Okay, sure. Is it worth it? Absolutely. To find someone that sets off a fireworks show in your heart every time you wake up in the morning and just see them, yeah, it's worth it. All that BS. I don't know how 2045 is going to look. I hope my children end up with a human partner to start a family with. I hope they don't end up with a digital partner. And I hope that take isn't racist in 20 years. All right? You might be saying something right now thinking, oh, I'm so pure. I'm acting within the lines of what humanity is deemed acceptable to say. You've done that before, though, haven't you? I'm going to be putting so much stuff on the internet. They're going to look back and say, remember in 2025 when Powys HJ said that he didn't want his kids to end up with a robot? How insensitive. You don't get to choose what your kids do. Meh, 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 meh. Haters. Go to the Taylor Swift forum. Go hate on Cody Rhodes. Your hate's not welcome here. Give me something. I'll take Lin-Manuel Miranda. That's a tongue twister. I'll take Lin-Manuel Miranda. I'll take Will Smith. Those are good chirps. They weren't even meant to be chirps. But they're accurate. Okay? Don't call me a bad parent because I want to have a biological grandchild. I'm going to accept my kid, I hope. There's some things I don't want to say because I don't want those things to come true. But let me put it this way. I hope my kid likes soccer. And if they don't, all right, sure. But they will be moving. That child will be moving. Unless they can't. And we'll cross that bridge. I know you got something fiery in you. I know you got something to say. Say it. Say the thing. Powys, you have all this stuff stirring in your stomach. Say the truth. Truth is, I am Iron Man. You know, I have to come out here. I write these songs. I create song after song after song, and I love them. The first 110 listens, I love them. I'm like, run it back. And I can't even give a proper take on if the song is good or not because I love my rhyme style so much. What I love in rap is I want to be surprised. I want to hear an image I've never heard before. I've got homies who are, late 30s, late 40s, showing me, here's my buddy that rhymes. All right, let's see him. Yo, I pull up on the block like, yeah. I had your girl ticking like a clock like, yeah. I can't believe it never stops like, yeah. I can't believe I run it back, bus stops like, eh. Okay, with the sound effect, that was kind of good. But the point I'm trying to make is that I don't want to hear a song that I've heard 200 times. I don't want to hear a rhyme I've heard 200 times. Okay? Give me a new rhyme. Make up a word. Make it so unique to you that it couldn't have been made by somebody else. That's the only way. And that's what my rhymes are. You know, I have people tell me, hey, your references are a little niche. Yeah, they are. I had a lyric, watch me be like Ethan's teeth and be aligned. I'm a niche MC. It's me for who I write. Ethan is my brother. He got braces before me and inspired me to get braces. And I wrote about it in a rhyme when I still was P. Crook with my janky smile. Ding. Okay. Charming but janky smile, let it be known. Very niche. I don't even know if all my friends knew Ethan had gotten braces at that point. And there I was, busking at a market in Vancouver. And I dropped this rhyme, watch me be like Ethan's teeth and be aligned. And a friend of Ethan's looked at me and was like, oh! Because he knew that he got braces. It's an electric moment. But you should be making lines that captivate the masses. I'll get there. You can't jump to the finish line. Well, I should be here. I should be here. What do you think that process is like? Lady Gaga didn't come out of the womb covered in meat. She had to play the piano with dark hair and do the thing before finally saying, I'm going to come out and, rah, rah, ooh, rah, rah. I didn't come out of the womb in a suit. I'm making my way. Are you on the trip with me or not? It's getting better, isn't it? You can't deny that. No, it's getting better. Despite all the things that are pushing against, some of my closest friends, some of my closest family imbue doubts in my brain. Just like I said in the past, how it's supposed to be a strong nervous system that deals with putting out album, putting out song, tumbleweed, 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 tumbleweed. Same way that I could put out a song, get 500 views, but if 30 of those views are my close friends, I might hear about it. Hey, Powys, what'd you say in that song about this? Were you talking about me? Damn. Now I got to have these conversations. You can run, but you cannot hide. Unless you're entirely a character, which I totally respect, by the way. If you want to be like, oh, I'm, Nickel-wise, the dancing clown of rap, and I rap about my fictional homies, sick. Do it. Why not embrace fiction? All these guys are pretending like they're someone and they aren't. So why not actually be fictitious? That's not my lane. I'm turning myself up to 11. I have made song after song, and they've all been about positivity. And it's not because I'm trying to get into a school or start an after school program. No. It's out of necessity, because when I wrote the dark songs and I rhymed the dark songs, the darkness found me. When I write about positivity, when I make wishes in my song, my wishes come true. What did I say? 17-inch MacBook is my mirror, bro. I got a 15-inch MacBook. Pull up to the sound sys like a gear room. Dep up the door guys, Doug, Claire, and Vishnu. I haven't met Doug, Claire, and Vishnu yet, but I'm waiting for the day that I see those bouncers. Sup, Doug? Sup, Claire? Sup, Vishnu? I also say in that song, in my emerald green suit, I wanted an emerald green suit for so long. And guess what? I got one. Ask and it's given. Do you feel worthy enough to get what you're asking for? You have to get out of the way. What is there? Is there not enough stuff in the world for you? Is there not enough money in the world for you? I think there is. I think there's a lot of money in the world. I think there's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff in this room. A lot of stuff that I bought when I was making some cash. Maybe I shouldn't have. Sometimes you have more money than sense. I tell you what I do live in, though. I live in a state of abundance, brother. I want something. It's not that I can get it. I do get it. Christmas time. What do I want for Christmas? Absolutely nothing material. Absolutely nothing material. I want my people to be together. I want my family to get along. And I want to play an indoor soccer tournament on Christmas. On New Year's, rather. I'm working class, bro. I pay my rent. I got a little bit left over. If I want something that costs like $5,000, I can wait a few months, save some money, and buy it. Sorry if that ostracizes me. Sorry if you're not there yet. But kids, if you're a teenager and you're watching this, if you get out of high school, you can go to university and go down a path to maybe make, 70 grand out the gate of once you get your bachelor's, or do what everybody else is doing these days and go get a master's and then a double master's, then a PhD and then a PhD squared. Sure. Or you could get a job fresh out the gate, maybe start at 40, 50 grand. Maybe start at 60, 70 and start climbing the ladder. Maybe you're living at home, making $1,000 a week. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money when you don't have expenses and you can get what you want. And there's people that have money that want to give it away. And there's people that have things that want to give them away. So if you want something, you can get it. Are you ready to accept it? Or do you have some sort of block that's like, oh, if I take this, then. That's what you got to deal with first. That's how it is. I've had tight convos. I've had big convos with my friends and made songs out of them. And then you have to sing the song and this guy doesn't even know it's about him. I made a song. Some guy said something to me. Powys, if I had half your charisma, I'd be the most famous person in the world. Well, guess what? You don't. Because if you had half my charisma, you wouldn't have the work ethic that you do. That's how nature works. Now I have to work hard. Of course, I was born with natural gifts. Look at me. Of course, I have all these natural gifts and now I have to work. But someone who's worked so hard, are they ready to use charisma in the way that I have? Or do they revert to work? We're getting into the muddy waters now. I've got so many songs coming out. Now I'm changing how I'm releasing my songs. Instead of, okay, it's going to come out every week on Tuesday. Then and then I'm going to spike the algorithm. That's not going to spike the algorithm. You could throw an egg in the ocean every Tuesday. That's not going to make a difference. You have to say, hey, everybody, watch me throw this egg. You have to stand on the street and say, I'm going to throw the egg in a couple weeks. I love Kitchen Nightmares. I love Kitchen Nightmares UK when Gordon Ramsay takes the people out after he's remodeled their restaurant and makes them hustle it on the street. Here's the new carbonara. You want to come try it tonight? Oh, sure you do. Here's our new bocconcini spread. You want to try it tonight? Here's my new cremini mushroom bisque. Come try it. Come tonight to our restaurant. You can't just cook in a restaurant and expect people to come. You can't just throw an egg into the ocean and expect people to care. And you can't just drop a song on Spotify and expect people to care. You have to build around it. And I'm building hype for my new song these days, which I love. I made it fast. I've been listening to it nonstop. I'm trying not to change it too much anymore. But my gosh, I love this song. It's about treating myself nice. It's about accepting a good life. And the more I sing about those things, the more they happen. And every positive person, every person that's out there preaching positivity and the like, they have darkness too. But sometimes when you let that shadow come out, it's not always predictable. Sometimes it's easier to keep it inside and exercise it in private. I love making positive music. I do it out of necessity. I do it out of love. I do it to pull the nose up on humanity. Maybe you need a little bit of belief in you in the middle of your playlist. That's what I can be there for. I need that. I listen back to my old songs thinking about all these issues I've had, and I'm like, dude, I don't even have these issues anymore. You kidding me? I don't have these issues anymore. I used to be, oh my gosh, so worried about this girl and so worried about getting money. I was reading my old journals and I was like, I have $1,000 in the bank. I can buy whatever I want. How has that changed? How do I have more money than that now, but I feel like I can't buy whatever I want? I'm talking about at that moment. Yes, I can acquire anything that I want. It takes time to get there. But like, who was that young man with this belief that like, with my $1,000, the world is mine? God bless him. And God bless you. We've all been through it. I know you have issues. I know you have pain. Now I'm coming up against another block because I don't want to be... Or rather, I've been studying the self-help podcast grift. I hate to call it a grift because I've gotten so much benefit from a lot of self-help podcasts, including Mel Robbins and Jay Shetty, who have become increasingly under fire as of late. I've gotten a lot from their podcasts and a lot from their content. Big shout out to Rich Roll as well, who I think is kind of outside of this critique of grift because he's not looking into the camera and going, I love you. You're my best friend. And why does it hurt me and why is it a block? Because I do want to make connections with people on the internet. I posted a TikTok. Someone commented, this is good. I'm like, who are you, bro? Oh, I'm Bugby Dan from Montreal. Hell yeah, you are. Next time I'm out there, let's link. Word. My buddy's telling me I got all of this really great software from some guy that commented on my Instagram. He liked my Instagram, and then I flew out to where he lived. I was just in town for a conference, and we met up, and we hung out, and it was fun. I want that too. So am I just jealous? Am I ready to compromise that much and to enter into hypnosis and really use all of these tactics? I'm an Adam Curtis documentary guy. I watched Century of the Self, Hypernormalization, and Bitter Lake. Okay? So watching those, yes, it was an objective take. Century of the Self, for example, was an objective recounting of events about the birth of public relations, how Edward Bernays, the nephew of Sigmund Freud, managed to manipulate the masses into doing what he and his corporate buddies wanted to do. And sometimes that comes up in me, and I don't want to be like Bernays in that way. I don't want to use those tactics. I don't want to look at you and say, I love you, but I'll use my good looks. I'm good looking and I'll put a suit on and I'll use my energy, but I don't want to use some Jedi mind trick. This is the war that goes on in my head. Where do I draw the line? If it means my son or daughter can get whatever pair of soccer boots they want their whole life, do I really care that much if I look in the camera and say, I love you and you're important? I want to say that when you reach a certain level, you can stop. When you're Mel Robbins or Jay Shetty and you've got mansions in LA and you've got millions rolling in all the time, you can stop. But then if you stop, the well dries up, and then I guess you've built this life around having this money. It's really easy to go up. It's not so easy to come down. I'll tell someone, yo, let's busk on the street. Once you've played Base Coast, it's a little hard to go back to playing the street, bro. Once you've opened for someone at the Commodore Ballroom, once you've opened for someone at Rogers, once you've opened for the opener at Rogers, do you really want to go play some bar? Do you really want to go play at the SkyTrain? Do I really want to play in your backyard? No, I don't. Well, that's the challenge. I hope to never be that way. I hope to be able to come up and come down. I hope to keep my nut, which is my monthly expenses, low enough so that I can ride the ebbs and flows of life as an artist. That I can make $1,000 for a single engagement and I can make $0 for another one the next week and be all right. Because that's how it goes sometimes. Can you stay within where you need to be? Can you stay in your bag? Or will you leak? Will you need to say, oh, I got one taste of this cash and now this is my lifestyle and oh, I can't possibly go back? That's a dangerous line. That's a dangerous way to be. But can I cross that Rubicon and start to use my fluttering eyelashes and push my little lips out and maybe post some videos of me doing chin-ups, all in the name of more followers, all in the name of more clout, because damn it, I want fame. I said it. Make it a synonym for reputation if you want, but I want it. I don't want so much that I can't walk around, but spoiler alert, I live in Vancouver. I walk around and I see people anyway. I've done these school shows all around the Lower Mainland. One time I was walking by the beach, by that cactus club on the beach there. I see a group of 3 or 4 people. Hey, did you come to Llewellyn McElroy Elementary? I think so. Yeah, you were with the girl and the DJ guy? Yeah, that was me. Oh my gosh, hi. Then the interaction ends. Then we cross the street together. And they're looking at me like I'm some creep when I'm on a walk. They're like, oh my God, is the guy from the thing following us? No, I was... You saw me at the crosswalk and we were both crossing this way. Suddenly, the celebrity of it all vanishes. The fame vanishes. What I want is fame as a resource. I don't need all these people to give me the adulation. That's not why I want fame. I want respect, and I want to be able to turn the screw. I want to stir the drink of this life with my resource. I want people to believe in me. What I'm going to say is true. What I'm about to say is true. I don't care if it comes off as woke, fake, performative. Maybe it is partly, but truly, I want to raise people up in this life. If you've ever been a teacher, an aunt or uncle, a big sibling, or if you've ever helped someone and you've gotten that little spark in your chest, that's what I want. And the more fame I have, the more easily I can get to that. And I'm not saying I want to help people. Shouldn't the world be a better place where the poorest people have a chance to rise up? Yeah, I think that to a certain degree. I think it's a little bit unnatural. Slow gazelles get eaten. I do want to take care of people. What I'm after is fame because I want to bring somebody up and I want to feel that spark in my heart. It's entirely selfish. I want to help people entirely for my own gain. Not so they could get me money, not so they could get me clout or views or whatever the heck else happens. I want to feel that feeling in my heart. Have you ever coached? Have you ever taught? Have you ever given someone a trick and watched them use it and seen their eyes light up like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I haven't been doing this the whole time? Like I said, I've been getting a lot of acupuncture, massage, chiro. And I don't mean chiro like, here we go. My friend put me on her chiro, who's like very holistic, and we're like working on muscle groups. It's almost more like physio than chiro, but hey, beside the point. The point I'm trying to make is the point. I asked those people, oh, you're a masseuse, you're a naturopath, you're an acupuncturist. Doesn't it feel good to help people? Well, yeah, it does. Yeah. Yep, sometimes it does, yes. For me, if I'm coaching soccer and I tell one of the players, hey, listen, put your planting foot out a bit wider and keep your toe pointed. And they do, and they get under the ball and it goes up and down perfectly. That's a hard feeling to replicate, and that's a feeling that I have never, ever been able to buy. I've watched TV shows where that same thing happens, and it makes my heart flutter, but that's why I want to accrue fame, so I can walk into more rooms and give out more knowledge. I don't know if it's an ADHD thing. I don't really care. I don't. But I want it for me. I want you to rise for me. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like this world would be so much better if it really would. There's really like a million reasons that the world would be better if, I suppose, economically poorer people had platforms and resources. And I can't wait to continue my fight to have those things become real in my lifetime. But why do I want that? Because it's fair? Because it's this? No, because it makes my heart light on fire. I'm showing kids how to make music. Songcraft Academy. I'm showing kids how to make music on BandLab. I'm bringing my iPad in. I put the headphones on them. I plug it in. I turn on monitoring. That means you can hear yourself. And I say, can you hear yourself? And they go, yeah. And they look at me with these huge eyes. Like, oh my gosh, what itch is being scratched right now? And that sets my heart ablaze. Does that make me a good person? I'll let you guys in the comments decide. You guys that don't like Cody Rhodes and Taylor Swift. But you can go ahead and boo me. I've seen what makes you cheer. I don't care. I don't. because I'm able to go through this life. You can never stop me. You could deplatform me. You could take me off Insta. You could take me out of... You cannot stop me from helping someone. You won't. And you could take someone, you could take their livelihood, you could take your money, but guess what? I'll find a way. I always have, and I always will. And let me tell you, yeah, I want to help millions. I want to save this planet. I want to close my eyes and meditate and astral project to a planet where 700 billion entities need my help, and I want to save them all too. Why? Because it sets my heart ablaze. That's why. It lights a fire in my loins. It makes my blood sizzle. When I show a player, hey, try a fake shot and go the other way and shoot. And they try a fake shot and go the other way and score. And everyone around them goes, good job, good job. And I see that smile chase their ears. Yeah, that makes me feel real good. I'm not going to pretend like it doesn't. And I'm not going to pretend like it's for someone that's not me. But how lucky I am to have that biochemistry to want to help in earnest. The earnest reason, if you haven't been watching the last few minutes, is to serve me. Everything comes back to me, and that's okay. So yeah, you get to watch as I accrue fame, as it becomes easier for me to step on stages and to make people feel special. Trevor Noah said in his stand-up, you know, light skins have a special power. They can look at someone and just say, are you you? Are you you right now? And make them feel so good. And let me tell you something, Trevor Noah, you're right. Because I have been able to do that almost my whole life. And my whole life, people have been telling me positive things. I think about what it's like to be a woman and have magazine covers and photoshops and now Instagrams and, you know, people with plastic surgeons so good you can hardly tell what's been worked on unless they want you to know, and have to compare yourself to that all the time and feel that pain and think of that comparison. Oh, I'm not good enough. Meanwhile, I'm walking on the street. Some dude across the street's going, hey, buddy. I say, yo, nice hair. Thanks. That's been my life. The life of the youngest. Sure, I've had my trials and tribulations. Who hasn't? But I've had so many people giving me love and giving me respect. And yeah, maybe that's part of me wanting to give back as well. It's time to pay it forward. Once you accomplish a dream, it is your time to give it back. Coaching, does it make sense? Not everyone can do it. Not everyone's going to make that time from 5 to 9 when they've just worked 9 to 5 to make it happen. How could they? It doesn't always make time sense, financial sense, but my gosh, does it make sense in the heart. When you see just one person, you're egging away, you're throwing eggs in the ocean, you're digging every day, and it feels like nobody is doing anything for you. You're maybe not even making an impact, and then one kid comes up to you and says, hey, I just want you to know that really meant a lot to me when you said that. Thank you. Suddenly your heart explodes. Suddenly your world explodes. That's real. Whether that makes me selfish or not, I don't know if you've been listening. I don't care. And I won't care. You've been with me for an hour and a half. I appreciate that. I feel like I've come closer to becoming who I want to be. I want to test myself and I want to push myself. And in my music, I want to go where I haven't been going. I want to go where I've been afraid to go. I want to go with love, not with fear. Always choose on the basis of love. Okay? It's cringe. It better be. It better be. You need to be pushing yourself to that realm of cringe. A lot of artists these days say, oh my gosh, being a musician. Could you imagine Tupac coming on here being like, oh, song of the summer? No, I can't. But Tupac ran his mouth any chance he got, on the mic or not. Tupac ran his mouth. So you better run yours. I want to hear what you got to say. And that could be the thing. It could be, well, I'm here to critique how artists these days have to do it. Run it then. Because guess what? A lot of those videos end up being people's most viewed video. Excuse me. And oh my gosh, can you imagine if Madonna had to come on TikTok and film a boomerang? You think Madonna wanted to go on these talk shows? You think any of these people want to do Good Morning America? You think touring is so fun? Have you ever been on tour? It's really, really, really fun for 45 minutes out of the day, depending on how many shows you're doing. It's really, really fun for the time that you're performing. And then suddenly you're in a hotel in a desert, cracking a can of beans, shaking out the aquafaba, trying to cut the green onions on the top of the Tupperware you just bought because you forgot your tups at home or you didn't have the space to bring them. It's a privilege. It's a privilege. Of course it's a privilege. But that doesn't mean it's easy. That doesn't mean it's free. You think it would be so easy to be famous? You think it'd be so easy to be a celeb? You think it'd be so easy? Oh, I'd love to have that money. You want that money? You want Lady Gaga's money. I get it partly. But no, there's a price to being that rich, and I don't mean monetary. I mean for the rest of your life, you don't know if someone loves you for you or for your money. But I suppose that's true for lots of things. I don't know if someone likes me for me or likes me for my hair, I guess. And that's something that I'll have for the rest of my life, unless I want to go bald, and then I'm tall. So then cut off my legs, and then, maybe someone will love me because I'm an amputee. There's two sides to everything, folks. What do I want to leave you with? What do I want to leave me with? Here's a message to you, Powys. Go beyond. You have your realm. You have the things you've been rhyming about. You have the things you've been talking about. Continue to push it. Tell your real opinion. Don't just say what the algorithm wants. Don't just say what's safe. Push it. And yeah, partly that does make me feel sick because we're so divided and we're so divisive. And you might contribute to that division by doing your hot take du jour. But damn it, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm the most special man I know. Yeah, I said it. I have that spark in my chest. I don't know anyone else as well as I know myself. And guess what? It costs. You want to have this confidence? It costs. Oh my gosh, you can step up to the mic? Yeah, it ain't my first time. Talking for 2 hours in a row? It ain't my first time. Waking up at 4 a.m, writing my journal, dropping my girl off at work, having her make me a double matcha, and unleashing on this microphone for 1 hour and 34 minutes straight so far. Maybe it is my first time, but I've been ready. Let's take it up a notch before we say goodbye. I have so much love in this life. I have so much to be grateful for. And sometimes I don't give my friends enough credit, and sometimes I don't give myself enough credit. I'll look at my friend and say, hey, isn't that going to be tough when you finally quit drinking? You're going to have withdrawals. Which, weird thing to say, Powys, but whatever. And they tell me, oh, no, I'm getting ready to quit. I've been rationing my booze and now I'm down to like 2 shots a day. I'll be okay to quit soon. Because I don't know if you know this, but quitting alcohol cold turkey is very, very dangerous if you're a big time alcoholic. So for some of you alcoholics, keep drinking. I had a friend who told me that they were rationing, and I thought, I had no idea. And I was out here at home making assumptions. He'll never be. I'll never know. And I'll always be surprised. So give yourself a chance to surprise yourself. And I'm going to surprise you too. I don't know how. I don't know if it'll be an act of instinct on stage, maybe a jig, maybe a line of words that catches you. But I tell you what I will do. I'm going to be so present, you won't even know. I'm going to face the light and channel it like a prism and break free of these cages that surround my heart and let my heart's wire and my Care Bear stare shoot through and touch the people. Because yeah, I want to touch you. And you know why? Because it's going to make me feel good about myself. Like I did something. I remember we had some graduation gala for a team I coached for a few years. And they gave me this big long speech. I was bawling my eyes out in the car, bawling my eyes out at the place. And I was driving home thinking, you know what? Heaven forbid a tree fall on me. But good Lord, I would have died happy. Because no one sees you like your students see you. No one sees you day in, day out. It's easy for me to go to an arena, a show, a gym, and rock the mic and blow people's minds for 20 minutes. 20 minutes? Anyone can be the guy for 20 minutes. Can you be that person for 10 months? Can you be that person for 2 years, for 4, for 10, for 20 like Cody Rhodes? That's when those people that were along with you can tell you. So fame screams from the people, forget them. The people that know me, that's whose opinions I care about. I want someone to listen, one of my close friends to listen to my song and tell me it's boring. And I can reshape it and rejig it. That's what I want. I don't care about the public if they don't know me and they haven't seen they don't know me. My mother doesn't know me. My friends think they know me. My friends don't know me. They don't know what goes on in my head. They probably know more about me than I know about them because I'm a bit of an oversharer. But still, they don't know my actual stuff. You don't know what I'm actually going through. And do I want to fully bear my heart out for these 30 likes in the tumbleweed? Well, that's the journey we're on.